Hey, I'm Luck. And today I did another super fast eye makeup look with the Sugarpill Fun Size palette. This was my final look with this palette, and I used the bottom row of eyeshadow to create this sort of bright red, orangey, delicious look that's going on now. I had a lot of fun with this, and to be totally honest, I've been thinking about actually doing the diagonal looks too, or those looks. There's so much you can do, and there's something about these 9-pan palettes that I'm actually finding extra fun. So I'm pretty bummed that I destroyed a lot of mine, but I might still do this anyways, piece them together, have some fun with it. This is a super fun thing to do. So if you have this palette, I encourage you to do the same thing. Pick a line, pick a diagonal, pick a line in that direction. And I might need to do another one. Like this could be my horizontal version, and then I'll do a vertical version and diagonal or something. Anyways, if you could possibly click subscribe, that would be super fantastic. For me, that would be really awesome. And hopefully for you, because you'll get to see all the other content that I create, which is a whole bunch of random stuff around makeup for the most part. If you like this kind of thing, I definitely hope you stick around. And if you want to see how I did this look, then keep watching. Hi there. Guess who cut herself shaving again like she's a 12-year-old? Yes, that's me. Yes. So we're gonna have to do the makeup look like this, but not to worry, I only have exactly 10 minutes to do this look, and then I have to run to work, and then we'll come back on my lunch break and I'll finish up my face and everything and show you the finished look. So we're gonna start now. This is the final look with the palette that takes up the whole viewfinder. This is the Sugarpill Fun Size palette, and I've done every row, and now we are on the bottom row. And it's kind of weird because this yellow is sort of a greeny, murky yellow, and then the orange and red are quite bright. So I think I have an idea what we're gonna do, but obviously we're in a rush. So I'm gonna throw on a little bit of concealer and hopefully keep you guys in the viewfinder. I have a tiny bit of primer on. Once again, I've lost my usual MAC primer and just haven't gotten around to finding it. Okay, so I haven't tried this weird yellow, so we're gonna try it straight away and stick that right in here. See what that looks like. It's actually kind of warmer than it looks. I like it, and a lot more pigmented. And I'm just going evenly all the way around the tear duct. Kind of came up with a look literally in 5.5 seconds. So there's no saying it'll be good, but it'll be fun. Okay, we've got that patted all the way around. And what I thought I would do is take a black pencil and line my eyes here. This is a Marc Jacobs sample that I got in a Sephora box, and apparently you have to work really fast with this stuff because it sets quite quickly. So if you want to smudge it out, you better go fast. She says slowly. All right, and I'm taking a little flat brush and smudging this. Just kind of pressing it into my waterline sort of area, my lash line. Great. Now we're gonna take the red. I'm gonna take it on a flat brush, and I'm gonna pat that over this. Good thing I didn't do my face first. I'm using a flat brush because I want to get a lot of pigment here. I'm gonna pat that all the way over my lid. I'm not sure why I just did one eye. It's like so YouTuber. Okay, we got that there. Let me do the other eye. All right, got that down. Gonna buff it out quickly. I say buff, but it's sort of more of a press and drag flick. Okay then, time for some more red. This is definitely an orangey red, which is fine. That all over the lid. Quite a lot of powder in the pan from scuffing up with this. So I'm just gonna pat that on a little more. Now we are gonna take our fluffy brush and dip it in the orange, and then we're gonna buff that along the edge. Oh good, it actually is a different color. Like I wasn't sure if it would look very different to the yellow, but it does. Oh my goodness, I'm actually really liking this. I love it when stuff comes together. And because I have hooded eyes, I'm making sure to stare straight ahead and bringing that transition area up a little higher so you can actually see it. And I really like the shade, so this is gonna be the shade that we bring under the eye, and we're gonna match it up to that yellow over there. And I was gonna do black in my waterline, but I actually have a really nice yellow pencil. I think I'll probably use that. Keep it nice and bright. All right, let's get this all over this eye. Goodness, we have 4 minutes left. We're doing really, really well. I'm sort of not timing these because they're so disjointed. I literally have like 10 minutes between gym, shower, and work to get an eyeshadow look on. and then I kind of piece it together later on my lunch break. So, but I would say if you have 15 minutes, then these quickie looks are something you can do. Also, it just takes a little longer filming stuff, you know what I mean? If I was throwing this on and not filming, it would be a lot easier because I have to think about how I'm facing everything, the tools I have, and doing my makeup in this direction as opposed to like, know what I mean? Okay, that's gorgeous. I love it. It's very warm and sunny and delicious. I'm going to find my pencil. All right, let's pop this in here. Can you see that? Gosh, I hope you've been able to see things. I'm so behind on editing that I haven't even edited the last video in which I cut myself shaving. So either that or I lost the footage because I know I had one. I didn't think we were gonna have time for this right now, but we're gonna do liner mascara. This is making me think of, if you don't know Angela Bright, I mean, if you see me, you've probably seen Angela Bright. She has these really beautiful up close in her eye makeup looks, and her eye is exactly in the viewfinder the entire time. And she's so good at it. And I'm like, how do you do that? When I'm trying to do this, like I'll look up and see that I'm completely off the screen when I'm doing this all up close. You know what I mean? Ooh, this wing just went nuts, and that's okay. I actually like it. Oh no, it blurred in the crease. This is how big wings happen to good people. I'll try to keep my eye closed. Also sucks because I sort of wanted the smoked out lash line to be a focal point. Oh wow, let's see if I can somehow duplicate this enormous wing. You know, this liner is bleeding a lot. Could it be the eyeshadow? Because I don't normally have liner bleed like that. That'd be interesting to know. I haven't experienced this so far with the eyeshadow, but perhaps it's user error. Let's call that good in the essence of time. Equally large, but fun. I like it. Some mascara. I like this a lot. I kind of want to do this sort of look with the rest of the palette now. So funny that I've already done my 3 looks with it, but wouldn't that be fun? Like purple on the lash line blended out to indigo, then green or something. Yeah, all of those blended out in the same sort of way. Very fun. It's actually a more versatile palette than I thought it was. The great thing is I just did my 3 looks with this. This is the 3rd look as it takes over the whole thing. So you're gonna get to see my swatches on scars, which will be coming out after this, now that I have an informed opinion on this palette. Anyways, I'm going to go to work and then I'll see you again on my lunch break with my face all finished up and we can chitty chat. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back. Interesting, the color is all gray and dark. It's weird. I gotta learn this color balance thing with my camera. I figured we'd stay zoomed in just for a second because I put on sunblock and a CC cream, the e.l.f. CC cream, and I realized that I went over my eyeshadow just a titch, so I'm gonna take that orange and fix this up here because I put sunblock on my eyelids as well, and I just totally forgot that I was wearing makeup already. That's okay. So we're just gonna pat this over the edge here and buff it in. So it's been a couple hours and I don't know if you can see, but the red has lifted up. And that's a problem that I tend to have with wearing matte eyeshadow on my lid. And sometimes with pastel eyeshadows as well, I find they don't stick super well. They lift up, and obviously I'm not wearing a sticky primer or anything, but you don't really hear people, or at least I don't hear people talk about using a sticky primer for matte eyeshadow. The assumption seems to be use a glitter glue or a sticky primer for a glittery eyeshadow, but I find that shimmers, especially obviously creamy sticky shimmers, stick really well on my eyelid. And so I'm gonna go over this red, just use my flat brush and pat it on again. It's sort of disappointingly patchy. So I don't know if that is this eyeshadow formula or if that is just matte shadow in general on the lid, because it's not something I do very much. Okay, pat it over there as well. I don't want to go over the black because I kind of wanted a smoky black line. All right. And I'm just gonna buff over this edge a little. So I wanna keep that red nice and blended. The yellow stayed really well though. And the yellow in my waterline too. Gorgeous, all brightened up again. I like it. Okay, that's the finished look. I'm gonna look at myself in this little heart-shaped mirror in the palette. Now that I've brightened it up a bit, I love it. I love it a lot. I don't normally enjoy wearing red, so I really like how this turned out. I have my thoughts about this palette. I'm gonna think a little more. I'm gonna do my final thoughts and swatch video of that. But in the meanwhile, I get to enjoy looking like this today, feeling pretty bright and summery. I think I'm gonna finish up my lunch break by hula hooping outside, feeling like a sunflower. It's another rough day today, and once again, this helps. If you like this look, if you like this video, if you want to see more of me, please click subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up while you're here. If you like this palette, this look, if you want to see me do some other palette or some other look with this palette, please let me know. That would be super fun. It's hard not to want to go diagonally. Ooh, I just wiped this. Or in that direction. I kind of want to do all of that. And I totally forgotten that that was something that I wanted to do with every palette that I have. And I kind of destroyed a whole bunch of them and put them into one big thing. So maybe I'll have to piece them together or something in an empty palette and then play this game with them because it's really, really fun. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this series. Wherever you are, I hope you're having the best day that you possibly can. Be kind to the people around you. And thanks for hanging out.